Hey Nathan. Hi Mama Bear. Ooh. Can you hear me okay? Hi Hidden Valley Homestead. Can you guys hear me okay? Hi Bev. Wonderful. Thank you, Mama Bear. Yay! Yeah, I've got in my den right now, kind of got all the windows closed, and so hopefully there's nothing that will interfere with the sound. And my laptop is like 10 inches from my modem, so there shouldn't be any problem with buffering or anything like that. So how's everybody's day going? Hey, Dave. Thanks for showing up, you guys. Oh, I went and forgot my list here. Anyway, tonight I'm just open to any questions, anything that you want to find out about me. So ask away. And yeah, probably go Hidden Valley Homestead. Probably go into your video settings on your computer itself. Turn some more dippers. What are dippers, Nathan? Are they like wooden water dipper things? Hi, Surviving Life After It Falls Apart. How are you? Thank you, Mama Bear. So this is going to be really interesting because, keeping up with reading everybody. And so we've got 5 people in here. Well, there should be more. I think I see more. So I don't know why only 5 is showing up. But oh, Bev, you live in Pine River. Okay. That is up north of Brainerd, right? Pine River. Oh, that should have been really good. So I am on my laptop. Oh, you're asking Hidden Valley. Okay, Dave. Sorry. Hi, Pete's Little Homestead. How are you? Bottom right of the videos. Okay. Yeah, I have a brother who doesn't live that far from there. Actually up on 84, County Road 84 that way. So, oh, you guys. So how is the weather where everybody's at? Today it was kind of somewhat cloudy, somewhat overcast, and about 50, 55 degrees, something like that. So not real good. So yeah, Bev, it would have been cool here too. Oh, nice day, Dave. Very good. Hey, Cheryl. Mama Bear, where are you again? I know you're in the south, obviously, if you're 85 degrees. Really cool in Southern California? Wow. Is it Southern California or South Carolina? I was thinking Southern California, right? Oh, Austin, Texas. Yeah, that would be kind of warm down there. Well, I got to show you guys something. How many of you follow the Holler Homestead? Meg and Ben Holler. So anyway, a couple months ago, there has been a lot of rain for everybody. Yeah, we just driving along the roads and the ditches, they're just full. So yeah, lots of water. So okay, Pete. Well, a couple months ago, Meg and Ben went to like an antique store and like a secondhand store because she loves getting the old books and everything. And this was one of the books that she found. And she's like, I found an antique. And I'm like, okay, I bought this new in 1994. That's when the edition was. And this was like my homesteading Bible for me. And if you guys have never seen this one, the Encyclopedia of Country Living, try to get a copy of it. You can see I had to recover it or laminate the cover, but it's got everything in here, from animals to plants and growing to just everything. And before I started, homesteading, I got this because I didn't even know what anything was supposed to look like when it started growing. It was like I planted peas, and it's like I didn't know what was a pea plant and what was a weed, coming up. I wasn't sure, and I was like scared to death. And so I was just pouring through this book, and she has little diagrams in there about what the sprout is supposed to look like and all this kind of stuff. And it helped me greatly. And it would have been nice this was back, like I said, 25 years ago. And so it would have been nice to have had somebody to help me along the way. And you guys who are just learning how to garden or only been doing it a few years, and you've got all this YouTube accessibility here for everybody who's homesteading and gardening, man, it's just so fantastic. Because I started when it really wasn't a thing and people really weren't doing it. So I didn't have any help. Just trying to make my way as I went. So, yeah, Pete's little homestead, she was thrilled to find this book. So I know it's on her shelf and in her arsenal, but I just thought it was so funny that she found it like in an antique shop or something. And it was like, oh, this is such an old book, but it's so good. And it's like, it made me feel really old. The book is probably older than she is. Yeah, Nathan, they have some good books there too. So, hey, we've got 11 people in here. All right. Hidden Valley, you're a Groot. Hi, Katrina's sister from Wisconsin. How are you? Sorry, I'm just trying to read some things. So, thanks, Dave. Hey, is it Jen or Zach? Hi. Well, hello, Polonia. Sorry, from North Carolina. How are you? Hey, Anna. Thank you for being here. Well, hello, Mrs. Heaven's Gates. How are you? There's punctuation. It's Nathan, you know who it is. Oh, it is Zach. Okay. You didn't nail that one, Nathan. So hi, Zach. Hey, Kevin. Thanks for being a wrench here tonight. So anyway, when I first started gardening, I was actually living in Louisiana, and I wanted to have I had maybe like a 6 by 8 foot garden or something like that, just a little itty bitty one. And I planted my rose in the garden, just like you're supposed to. And plants came up about this far, and then it started to rain, and it rained, and it just drowned everything out. And it was just like, so discouraging. And so I didn't do any more after that until I came back to Minnesota. Well, when I started here and I knew, what I'd gone through with that, and I was like, I don't want to lose all my plants and wash everything out. So what I ended up doing was, and I know some of you do this, but you've probably seen it on some other channels too, is making raised rows. And so I made them about 2 feet wide and about 8 to 10 inches high. And then in between the rows was about 1.5 feet or so, and then making another raised row in that way. And so those were like my very first, so to speak, raised beds. Not the typical raised bed that we have now in the way of, building a nice wooden box inside, that type of thing. So anyway, that was my first garden, was going right into the raised rows and doing broadcasting. I didn't do actual like little rows in between. I broadcast, and I've been doing that ever since. And about 6 years ago, I rebuilt my garden and built those into the beds that you see now on my videos. But it's so I'm all about putting some raised things up, places that you don't walk on, and so it doesn't get all packed down. So where your plants are actually growing, they're undisturbed. Especially carrots can grow nice and long, and so it's great. So do you guys have any questions? Oh, Dave, you do that? Raised rows? Okay. Hi, Food Forest Permaculture. How are you? Zach Zinnias. Oh, your ZZ Tops. That's cute. Oh, that's great. Zach, you have a reputation. You're going to have to keep that up. So were any of you able to go to Baker Creek at all? Or are all of you pretty much homebound? Oh, I hear you, Food Forest. I don't know if you can see my plants in the background there. Oops. That's where I have my light system set up. I have them turned off right now because they're so glary. I didn't want to have them in there, so. So anyway, I grew up in Minnesota, and in 1981, moved to Louisiana, lived there for 13 years, and went, after living there for a while, came back to Minnesota. So I've been back since 1994, where I got this book and learned all that, and I've been pretty much homesteading since then. Thank you, you guys. Thank you for all the thumbs up. I know. It was really fun to see him last night on the live. How many of you guys were able to get to see the live show last night? It was really, really great. Some exciting news for him. They have Baker Creek as a sponsor and everything. So I think that's so great. Yep. Hey, busy little house. How are you? People must be kind of tired tonight. They're not real chatty. Oh, Dave, you caught part of okay. Yeah, it was really good. Do I have rhubarb? Not anymore. I used to have a couple plants, and they just kind of took over everything. And I wasn't really using it to the degree that I should have been. And my mom was also growing rhubarb, so I would end up getting some from her. So when I had to downsize my garden, hey, Brett, how are you doing? When I downsized my garden, I needed to really, really think about what I was growing and using the space for what I was actually going to eat and what I needed to preserve. So, do you have a lot of plants, Dave? Oh, I hear that. And I do a lot of times I have videos going while I'm doing the dishes and cooking and stuff like that. So it kind of helps get some things done there. So thank you guys. I hope that you all don't that you're okay with me adding you as moderators. So I just thank you so much for being there and doing that. Um, I really appreciate you very much. Hey, Elf's Lord, how are you? Yeah, there are a lot of great people in here. I've got the creme de la creme here. Rhubarb plants is definitely will feed enough people, that's for sure. Thanks, Brett. Appreciate it very much. Growing season in Minnesota. Okay, so I'll probably be able to plant next week. At least put some of my things in the garden around the 15th or so, because the temperatures look like they're going to be in the mid 60s during the day and mid 40s at night. So things should still be okay with that. And then our first frost is sometime in September. You typically, I mean, we could even get one at the end of August or even wait till the beginning of October. But so generally, I would say June, July, August, 140 days, maybe something like that. So not very long. But once it gets warm, things grow fast. My dad has a great saying. He knew lots of farmers growing up, and the farmers would say, "Don't plant anything until you can sit your bare butt in the field in the dirt and it's warm." So it's just like, okay, I don't practice that around here, of course, but anyway, it just kind of gives you an idea. It's like, if the ground is still cold, if the dirt is still cold, the seeds aren't going to germinate. So we just have to wait till it warms up enough. Oh, yeah. You know what? In 13 years, I never did come across an alligator or a crocodile. There were sometimes it was like I was looking for them and I never did come across them. So I would think I was actually probably protected. Yeah, butt testing. I'm actually going to put that in one of my videos coming up here when, when I start planting. So that would have been good for that one, wouldn't it? Yes, Mama Bear. Hey, LWY Off Grid, how are you? From Brainerd. I'm 2 hours pretty much south to southwest of Brainerd. Oh, you got to go food for us? All right. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. Take care and God bless. So how many of you who don't live in Minnesota have ever been to Minnesota? Tips and Pop, I've not seen you before. So, well, hello to you, Northeast Iowa. Well, good, Dave. I'm glad you got some new subs. That's great. Yeah, I follow Jesse James too. He's a charge. He's so funny. Hey, Abby. Okay, God's Third Acre. That's yeah, that's Chisago City. It's maybe right north of Minneapolis, I'm thinking. So Apple Valley. Okay, that's beautiful over there too. You almost moved there. Okay. Surviving life after. Um, you guys are getting faster. Oh, I don't know how Jess and Maya do it when their chat's just like flying by. They're just scrolling like crazy. Okay, Kevin. Well, good. Have you like driven to the East Coast or something if you've been through Minnesota or going to Canada or where do you end up going? So, oh, Mama Bear used to be in Michigan. I can understand if you don't want to go back to the cold. You just have to come back in the summer, right? Elf Lords, where are you at? Yes, Pips and Pop. I do have a short growing season. Thinking probably, I think I said about 140 days, something like that. Oh, yes, Quebec, you really would. Busy little house, absolutely. Oh, that'll be great. The dirt butt test, yes. Reno, okay. Do you like it over in Nevada? That's where Hardiness Approach is going. They're going to be relocating in Nevada. So you'll have somebody there in your area that. Well, Rochester's a beautiful area, Pips and Pop. I'm sorry that what has to bring you there, but yeah. So Hidden Valley, are you raised beds, just raised rows, or do you have like a structure that they go into? Uppanor Factory. I've not heard of that, Dave. What do they do? That's right, Dave. You don't plant. Yeah, Bev, I've been actually the last 3 or 4 days or so been able to take my plants outside, starting to harden them off a little bit. So okay. You know what, Alps Lord, I've not been to Nevada. That's one of the places I have to get to. On my refrigerator, I keep a map of state magnets, all the states I've been to, and I've got about 33 or 35. And so there are some states I want to get to yet. I want to go to, I have to get to Washington, Oregon, um, New Mexico, Nevada. I want to get to the Hoover Dam and everything. I also want to get to the Northeast. I have not been to Maine or New Hampshire, Vermont, that area up there, Connecticut. I've been to Delaware and New York and Maryland and Washington, D.C. and that area in Pennsylvania, all that kind of stuff. But and then the Midwest, I've hit every state. I have not been to North Carolina, but it looks gorgeous from what I see on other people's, all their other channels. So it looks beautiful. Thank you, Hidden Valley Homestead. So, Elf Lord's Journey, how do you garden and what do you do when it's mostly desert in that way? I mean, what are your, obviously there are challenges with water and everything. How do you overcome that? Dave, yes, absolutely, it could. So, Elf Lord, do you like the coastal areas, huh? East Coast, West Coast? Oh, Dave, I'd love to. Oh, New Hampshire is just It's on my bucket list for in the States. I would love to get there. Hey, Thrifty VG, how are you? So, Mrs. Heaven's Gates, how are the cherry trees and how are things going up there? I do some fermenting. I make kombucha. I've been making kombucha for probably about 5 years. And I've just started trying some other vegetables and things like that. I've done a mixture of um, cranberries and apples and carrots, I think it was. So I definitely want to get into more of that. My challenge with that is that I'm by myself, and so I don't want to be putting lots and lots of stuff in the refrigerator that I don't have room for, first of all, but that won't get eaten very fast. And so, um, that kind of just like, oh, I don't want to waste food, but I have to overcome that, and I have to try some things. So, does anybody have a favorite fermenting vegetable recipe that you would love to share? And so I would love to hit some more things. So elf lords, okay, mostly flowers and shrubs. I suppose vegetables would be challenging if it's really hard to grow in that way. Yes, Leanna, I give you a wrench if that's okay. Thank you guys. Nathan, do you want a wrench too? I'll add you for next time. Sauerkraut, cabbage, and salt. Simple and okay. Oh, you have to admit, Groot, plants and ponderings is all my wife. Ah, okay. Dave, I saw you working on your chicken coop. Are you done with that? It looks like a chicken mansion. I mean, it's like going to be solid. Yeah, Florence, that's fine, and that's great. I'm just glad that you are here and enjoying what we're sharing. Um, and you can share part of your life with us, and it'll be great. All right. I have my handy dandy little pad here. I'm going to write my notes here. It's like, add Samson Farms 2 wrenches. So, yeah, the coop is pretty amazing. That's really. How many chickens are you planning on having? Oh, thank you, Hidden Valley. I appreciate that. I will add you too. As I go through all of my the people I've subbed to and everything, it's like I don't know for sure who would really want to, who wouldn't, that type of thing. So I don't want to overstep my bounds. But thank you for being willing to do that. We all need a YouTube pad. Oh, you mean like a? Oh, are you talking about a writing pad like this? Oh, that would be kind of fun. 6 egg layers. After we have skills, I'll add meat birds. Sounds good. Have you done chickens at all before, Dave? Eliana, that's easy to get to, definitely. Oh, you're having buffering issues, Godfather's Acre? I'm sorry. Is anybody else having buffering issues? Thanks, Prior Homestead. I'm doing well. How are you? What do you do, Elf Lords? Was there somebody you had to get already? On my first live, you had to do something? Ah. It's Mama Bear, you're right. With the wrench comes great responsibility, yes. Your phone is buffering. Okay. Are you feeling a little nervous about that, Dave? Travel. Nice. Humility and fierceness. That's wonderful. Yes. Snap on, snap off. Oh, that's good. So, yeah, I have some challenges here with, can't remember if I put it in my last video or not. Yeah, I think I did around my my walk around the garden, the yard, and everything. That got a lot of very, very helpful people in town who like to move my piles around and change things for me in my backyard that I've got kind of set in order to be able to help my gardens and my yard. And so it just causes me some extra work. It's one thing about being a little close in here with other neighbors, but just some extra work, I guess. HughesNet, okay, so that's what you've got going. Elf Lords, it's 1K if you are going live with your phone. But if, like I'm on my laptop here, so I don't have to do that. It's just if you're on your phone, and that's the distinction there. That's their rules and what they have to go with. So I'm just using just the YouTube thing. I'm on Chrome, and where you go to upload a video, there's the little camera thing. You just hit upload. Right there, there's also a live, and so you just hit that button there, and it just takes you live. So yeah, Dave, they can certainly be fun. So Kevin, what did you do to Nathan? I keep saying sorry to him. So some of the other things I do, as some of you may know, I'm a graphic designer. So I do a lot of the print material as well as websites. I do, my goodness, I work on books and brochures and all kinds of things for people. So being in the design business, of course, it makes me an artist. So I have a lot of other things that I involve in my life with art, and some of them is painting. So, let's see if I get it. That's one of my paintings there, the peacock. Maybe give you a little bit of a walk around here. I have, these are some of my paintings too. So this one is actually what we call a master study. So it's just a portion of a bigger painting done by a master painter, and this one happens to be William Bouguereau. And then these are just some little birdies. I think you can see that okay. So anyway, so I do some painting. I also am a musician, so I do a lot of music. I write and record and lead music at church and a bunch of different things. So it's the problem is with being a creative is that I end up spreading myself way too thin. So thank you, Dave. I got a little behind on my chat here, showing you my pictures. So, oh, you used Tootsie Pop on the playground. Okay. Aw, Nathan. So thank you, Busy Little House. I appreciate that. Thank you, Dave, about my peacock there. He was really fun to do. Really, really fun. Thank you for surviving life after it falls apart. Appreciate that. Mimsy's Garden, thank you. Oh, Dave, I play guitar, piano, flute, a few other little things, but mostly my time is on guitar at this point. So I am actually working on a music video, so we'll have to see how that comes out. It's a whole lot harder than I thought it would be doing it by myself. So that's kind of challenging there. Busy Little House. Thank you so much. My bedroom is, the walls are kind of lined. It's my gallery up there, so I'm not going to take you up there right now, but it's, so anyway, yeah, it's kind of fun. I get frustrated with my time in the way that I would love to have more time to just be able to paint and to write music and to record and to do all this stuff. And because those are the things I really love to do, but you know, bills have to get paid, and it's just like never ending, you know. And so I find that really, really challenging as the days and the years march on, that it's like, oh, can't get to everything that I want to. But bam, crazy paint skills. Oh, thank you. All right. Hey, Dave. Well, if I ever come to New Hampshire, I'll make sure I bring my guitar, and then we can have a jam. How's that? We could do that. So, hey, Fairy Tale Creations. Hello. Thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate it. Okay, God's Third Acre. Wonderful. That was great. Yeah, I do sing too. So, but I think one or two of my videos at the end, early on, I'd put some of my music in there, and it's just too much to do that anymore. I'm just trying to keep it simple to get them out. So, hey, Dave and Amanda, how are you? The bagpipes. Oh, cool. Thank you, God's Third Acre. I appreciate that. So, a Live Aid Homestead, Get Down on the Farm Jam. Live Aid Homestead? I'm not sure what that is. Getting down on the farm jam, that would be really fun. That would be great. Everybody come and meet in the middle of the United States, like Minnesota, because you got Canada too. So Minnesota would be great. And we can have a music jam, a homestead music jam. That would be great. There you go. Thanks, Dave. That is a good idea. Noodle on my guitar. So I agree, Busy Little House, that I love their new name and I love their logo. It's just like, oh, Dave and Amanda, your logo just rocks. It's so great. Oh, Farm Aid back in the okay. Leanne, I thought you'd like that, Minnesota. So, Dan Bois, do you play an instrument too then? Because you're jamming? Yeah, can you imagine that? The bagpipes with guitar and keyboard and bass and all that kind of stuff? I think that would be really cool sound. Very interesting sound there. So, yes. Oh, howling dogs. Oh, dogs could sing backup. And they certainly would. So, hmm hey, we need the drums there. And Amanda, you know what? God give you that voice. You just throw it back at him, right? The birds are beautiful. Oh, Leanna, you went to Scotland? It's on my bucket list. So my bucket list is Ireland and Scotland, Morocco, um, New Zealand. I'd actually like to go to Russia, which sounds really weird, but just around like St. Petersburg and that kind of area. I think they're just the 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 architecture and the buildings and the structure are just so cool. Um, so Morocco, oh yeah, Norway, Sweden, that area, Austria. Um, so those are some places I would love to go to yet. So I've been to a number of places. I've been to Italy and Greece and Israel and Puerto Rico. Been to the Philippines. So I had to stop in Japan on the way, and so been kind of in those types of areas. But there's just some other places I would really love to go to. Um, what's probably the furthest away or most exotic place that any of you have been to? Ireland and Scotland is your bucket list, yeah. The mandolin, oh, that's got a beautiful sound to it, Dan. Dave, yeah. So, oh, cool, Leanna, that you went to England. That's great. Thank you, God's third acre. You know, my parents were so Elf Lords. You went to Mexico, Hawaii, Canada, Alaska. Oh, I do want to get to Alaska too. Oh, I have not been there. Um, I've not been to Hawaii, but it doesn't really call to me as much as some other places. So we'll see. Bosnia. Oh, cool. Sweden for Amanda. Oh, Peru for Dave. Neat. Dominican Republic. Leanna, you went to France, or is that on your bucket list? Cumal, Mexico. So central Mexico. Would that be north or south of Mexico City? Well, Mama Bear, for you to go from well, you were in Michigan before though. That's right. So you went to Canada. Okay. I was going to say to go all the way from Texas to Canada. That's a bit of traveling. You lived in England for 4 years? Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you are? Huh. You're a Swede, Dave. Okay. Oh, beautiful. I bet Normandy is just so beautiful, Leanna, huh? To Canada, Mexico, Jamaica, Grand Cayman Island. Very cool. Hi, Bandana Grandma. How are you? Okay, Fairy Tale, thanks. Yeah, we don't want you looking and driving at the same time, but you can listen. If they can make SpaceX jets that can get to Europe in 2 or 3 hours, I might go, okay. Yeah, it is a long traveling. The longest um, stretch I had to do was to get to the Philippines. And the only reason I went out there, and I mean, that wasn't like on my radar to go there, but my younger daughter was a foreign missionary for a couple of years. And one of the places that she was stationed at was out in the Philippines, on Mindanao, which is one of the southern big island of the Philippines. And so she got very, very sick, and I had to get out there and check on her and be there with her for a little bit. So yeah, it wasn't like going to a nice resort or hotel or anything. I was actually sleeping on the floor of a bamboo hut. So yeah, no air conditioning in May. So it was over 110 degrees, something like that, and humid. So not your actual really really cool vacation spot, but it was anyway. So oh, hey Katie, how are you? No problem, no problem. So anyway, who? Okay, Akumal is 1 hour south of Cancun or Riviera. Okay, Riviera Maya. Oh, Leanne, Omaha Beach. Oh my goodness. Your grandpa landed there? Okay. Did he make it back? Oh, Bandana Grandma, congratulations on 50 years. That is incredible. That is really good. So, yeah, Leanna, the flight to Mindanao was actually it was 17 hours, and so and then having to take some smaller planes and then a ferry over to the island where she was at. So it was long, long traveling. Um, Trying to see. So, oh wow, Leanna, that had to have been hard when you're the only surviving one out of your platoon. So, two Princess cruises and several Royal Caribbean cruises. Nice. So obviously you like cruises. So of the two, Bandana Grandma, of the two, Princess and Royal Caribbean, which one do you like better? Or are they pretty much the same? So Leanna, is he one of them that you take care of at home then? Princess? Okay. Alf Lords, you like Princess then? Rainbow Valley Ranch is on? Hello! Is it Rachel or Mark? Cruises are the bomb. I have not been on a cruise. That would be the bomb, yes. Stay in a castle in Germany for a week. Oh, so sweet. Yeah, I know life has been crazy. Oh, that would be a perk, bandana grandma. Just yeah, to have that shift go right next to you. Sorry, I need to close this window. Somebody's burning outside, and the smoke is coming right in my house. Ah, oh, thank you, Rachel. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Rachel, your videos are, you have just kicked them up not just a notch, but like tenfold, and they're just amazing. That new series that you have going on, it's great. If you guys have not seen Rainbow Valley Ranch's new series, you've got to see them. They're just incredible. So it's been just not even the subject matter of your new series and everything, but the quality of your video is it's really doing well. So Alnwick's Castle, the Duke of Northumberland. Woo. Thank you, Mama Bear. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. I'll probably be on for just maybe 5 more minutes, and that's it. And because I know there's some other channels coming up live at 7, and I want to give you guys a chance to get there if you need to. So, oh, Rachel, thank you. Likewise. Likewise. So if you guys have any questions in the last 5 minutes here that you want to ask me, I did have a list of things and I left it in the other room, but I didn't want to leave you. So I'm just trying to kind of wing it here. Uh, so we've got a wonderful group of travelers here. That's so fun. I love being able to see different parts of the world and to bring that back home with me to incorporate into my life. And I think that's just so great rather than being, this is my life here in this little box and this is the way it has to be. It's just an amazing opportunity to be able to see other places and other lifestyles and other things. So, yep. Thanks, Dave. I really appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, because I mean, I am out here in West Central Minnesota in, a small, just a bunch of little small towns around here, and I actually come across people who have never left the county in like 40 years or something. They've never left the county, and I'm like, how can you do that? How can you not even like go to Minneapolis, or just go to another state, go to northern Minnesota? There's such a vast difference between north and south, northern Minnesota and southern Minnesota. If you guys aren't aware of what our state looks like and everything, southern Minnesota is generally pretty flat for farmland until you get around the Missouri and the Mississippi rivers. Then it's very rolling hills and, of course, the riverland and everything. Then as you go further north, you get into the forests and a lot of rockiness and a lot of different things. And it's just kind of the results of the glaciers that had come down and how it carved everything out. And that's why we have so many lakes. We have, over 10,000 lakes in our state. And it's from the glaciers carving everything out. And we've got actually live on part of a glacial ridge here. And so I do want to do a video that kind of describes that and shows that, and then bring you to the lake, which is about 8 miles from me, that is carved way down in, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful area. So I kind of want to show that and explain a little bit about the glacier movement and what it did and everything. So Thank you, God's third acre. I appreciate that. So, um, kiss the Blarney Stone is, I think that's what you wanted to say, Mimsy, right? Not kids the Blarney Stone, we kiss it. So, travel to the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, Smoky Mountains, Tennessee. Oh, the Outer Banks. Oh, Bandana Graham, that sounds like a wonderful trip. Stupid autocorrect, yeah. I've actually turned my autocorrect off on my phone because it created too many issues. Oh my goodness. I get, I can't even tell you what stuff that was. It was popping up. It was horrible. So, oh yes, guys, Lake Superior is beautiful. Yeah, the U.S. is enormous, Dave. Yep. There's, Dave, there's beauty in every single one of them, but I think my heart really goes towards the mountains. Ever since I was a little girl, like 8 years old, my desire was always to live in a log cabin in the mountains. That's what I wanted, just to be out in the mountains in a log cabin. And there's part of me that's never gone away, even though I don't live in a log cabin and I'm out in cornfields here. It's my heart is still there. So, but just whenever I see the mountains, there's just something that, just the majesty of them, and just so beautiful. But there's beauty in the deserts too, and the prairies. Like you said, it's got everything. So. Climbing down from Ukraine. Good night, Hidden Valley Homestead. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate that, and I'll add you to my moderators then. So thank you, Cheryl. Thank you. You have a good night too. So you're right, Amanda. Canada is much bigger. It is much bigger. So. Yes, I've been up to Itasca a couple times, Leanna, and I want to go back up there. So, and do maybe a road trip video with that. I think that'd be so cool. Thank you, Fairy Tale Creations. Yes, I need to get off here. So, besides this purity, that U.S. can buy Canada, I don't think so. Hey, Grandma's so happy. Hello. I'm just finishing up here, but greetings to you. So, yeah, Arizona is beautiful too. But all right, you guys, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really, really appreciate it so much. This was really fun, and ended up with, we've got 17 people here yet, but 25 were on it total. So I really appreciate that. And yes, Rachel, God is good, and doing well. So, all right. Good night. Good night. Thanks, Leanna. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Rachel. Hugs to you too. Say hi to Mark for me. All right, Dave, all my moderators, thank you very much. I appreciate it. You guys take care and have a great night. Bye-bye.